10 to the races, touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn, there's
going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
you know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn,
there's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The foul. Welcome and good evening from Bristol, Rhode Island and Mount Hope High School. It is another edition of Rhode Island High School girls soccer action as the Mount Hope Huskies take on the North Kingstown Skippers. Matt Ellis alongside Brady Kudo. Brady, it's coming down to the end of the season. It's crunch time, it's decision time. Two of the top teams in the state in Mount Hope and North Kingstown. North Kingstown already took out Cranston West earlier in the season. So this puts a lot of focus on this matchup right now. If North Kingstown wins, are they the best team in the state? If Mount Hope wins, are the playoffs all of a sudden up in a tansy?
I feel like we blinked, right, and the season just flew. But no, seriously, Mount Hope, a team that I feel like not a lot of people are keeping their eyes on. They get it done defensively and offensively. That backline led by Scarlett Drawbridge, and that attack led by a trio of underclassmen, Liliana Redmond, Thea Jackson leading the way. But you get to think North Kingstown, one of the better, if not the best team in the state. Charahoe's with them as well. So I think those two really separate themselves from the Mount Hopes, from the Cranston West schools that, you know, could and probably will make a deep run. But if Mount Hope wins, like you said, the entire playoff landscape just changes. And then if North Kingstown wins, they solidify their spot as either a 1 or a 2 seed, but there's a lot riding on this game.
Yeah, and Mount Hope, for all things being said, beat Charahoe on this field in a game that we did on Fans Only Sports Network. So you talk about Charahoe being as good as they are. Well, Charahoe went down to Mount Hope, which is why I say you put a lot of eyes on this game. Cranston West plays LaSalle later this week on Thursday. It feels like this is the week that the playoffs are going to get decided one way or another.
And you had North Kingstown beat Mount Hope earlier in the year. So you're going to wonder, is North Kingstown going to come in maybe a little relaxed? Not going to be as aggressive as they were in that early season game. Charahoe did the same thing, and we know what happened.
We'll see how this one stacks out. Alexis Rohrbach over top of the ball gets things started for the North Kingstown Skippers this evening on Fans Only Sports Network. We thank you for joining in. Tonight's game brought to you by Paiva Realty, the Perino Properties team, Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, and our elite recruits, North Kingstown in the all-white kit. Mount Hope in the black with the pink socks, as it is October and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And they will try to get this one out of their defensive third as North Kingstown sets one back. That's pushed along by the 12 of Abigail Tober. Forward is Jackson, as coming back for it is Rosino at midfield. And there's going to be a lot of feeling out process, I feel, in the first 10-ish minutes of this game.
But you always make a great point for whenever we do a soccer game, even a hockey game, or even a football game for that matter. Whoever wins the first 5 and the last 5 of the half, period, quarter, whatever you want, is probably going to win the game. So I think Mount Hope looks good early. If they can win the first 5, we might see a goal in the first 10.
As that one's going to come across, will be picked up by Sydney Allen, the junior goalkeeper for the North Kingstown Skippers. On the opposite side, you've got a sophomore in Emily Moran. Came in at a midpoint of the game actually against Charahoe. Played out that game and has started every minute since. And Mount Hope, of course, was trailing, came back to win that game. And I guess you kind of go with the hot hand.
Why not? I mean, it's worked so far. They've drastically gotten better under Moran. Not to take anything away from Lola Silva, both sophomores, both really, really strong upcoming keepers in net. But again, feed the hot hand. Feed your hottest keeper who's stopping the most shots right now. And that seems to be Emily Moran. Could that change down the road? Possibly. But right now, Moran has done the job, if you will, for this Husky coaching staff.
I'm the proponent of go with the one who brought you to the dance.
There you go.
You know? And it's been Emily Moran pretty much in that respect. Thea Jackson gets spun out of the play. Comes back for Grace Greenslade. Greenslade tried to reinsert. Tercero's going to have to take a run down the line. The ball sort of just died in the tall grass, and then it's kicked out of play by Tober. So a throw in for Maida. As we are still within inside of the first 10 minutes of this game, so still trying to establish things between these two sides as Maida is going to pick that one up. Over top of Tercera, check down throw for Jackson on the byline, and that one's going to roll to the touchline and stay in. And this Mount Hope field grass is definitely thicker than we've seen it most other times. I think that's part to the rain that we've had immensely over the past week. And this grass is thickened up, and now the ball's starting to die, where earlier in the season we saw it just skipping away.
Grass was short. Ball was lively, and now again with that big rain a few days ago.
That one's going to go for an opportunity for Jackson, but she will not get to it. It's plucked off of the back line and just kicked out of play by the Skippers, and this is going to be another Huskies throw-in for Maida. Check down option for Tercero. She's got Jackson out in the center. We'll go to Jackson. Jackson slots it through for Tercero. Tercero gets that one taken away from her, and again, North Kingstown, and that's going to actually go off Tercero as Tober and Tercero going tete-a-tete. Throw in for Tober. Good distance on that one. Got it toward Cambio. Stepping up was Sarah Gale as it will ping-pong out into the midfield for Butterworth. Madison Butterworth, a freshman defensive midfield swing player for the Huskies this season. And a lot of times you talk about freshmen on varsity, and you don't see it too often, but they've got two in the starting 11 in Butterworth and Thea Jackson, and they have both been phenomenal this season for the Huskies, and that's definitely helps looking forward for their future. Here's an opportunity for Resendez. Strikes that one. Actually, it was Jackson picking it up from Resendez, and that one will be scooped up by Allen.
Talk about a bright future. Jackson, a freshman, has the leg to hit from those distances. We've seen it before. And Butterworth, again, a stalemate, and then she's played a little bit. She's played center back. She's played in that CDM spot as well. With the absence, or the future absence, of players like Maida and Drawbridge, it's great to have great freshmen.
Here's a shot attempt as Outcoming was Emily Moran, and she broke off the angle at least enough that it ended up going wide. I think Moran's going to rethink that one, as right on top of her was the 10 of Isabella Cambiel, and was able to just disturb her enough to make her shoot wide.
I stopped what I was saying. I wanted you to capitalize on that, but anyhow, it's great to see young, reliable players like Butterworth, who you know for the next 4 years you're going to have at your disposal. And who knows, we could even see her expand her role, get into a regular center midfield spot. By the time she's a senior, she could be this Swiss Army knife where the Huskies can just plug anywhere they need, and she'll deliver.
Resendez has an opportunity here right at the top of the box. Back to Tercero. Came up. They miscalled the handball shot. Off the post, score!
Jackson.
Thea Jackson's going to get the goal, and it's 1-0 Huskies. Huskies goal scored by number 20, Thea Jackson.
Jackson doing exactly what she was asked of in that 9 position. Great chances, put the ball in the back of the net. There you go, inside the first 7 minutes.
If this was hockey and we could give away 2 assists, 1 to Tercero, 1 to Resendez, but the ball actually hit off of Allen and off of the goalpost, so it is just a Thea Jackson goal. And it's 1-0 Huskies, and with inside of the first 10 minutes of the game, there you go.
Who dominates the first 5? Who dominates the last 5? Mount Hope dominated the first 5. There you go. Goal.
They certainly did offensively dominate the first 5, got a goal with inside of the first 10, just like you were saying was probably going to happen. And so here we go, 32 and change left remaining in this first half. And again, it's Mount Hope trying to push the envelope right at midfield again, as there's Jackson. Tercero is going to try to come over with this one. Instead, it's kicked away. And Tober tries to shepherd that one forward, looking for McCrell. Tercero comes down with it instead, sent forward after it bounces off. And it comes in for... And this one's going to be Jackson out of play. Yes, sir.
They had a handball missed, I believe. But nonetheless, we're going to get
it should automatically
a goal kick for North Kingstown.
30. When it's 4K. Right here, right. It's automatically set. It's automatically. I told you Friday.
Played out by the Skippers.
Yep.
And touched out again by the Huskies.
Okay.
North Kingstown throwing this in again, down 1-0. And couple substitutions on both sides. Skippers get this one in, met right away by Maida. In the middle, Rosino. Sent down. Good touch by Catherine Van Gordon, who played it out.
Just flip your camera around for a second, because I know you're having problems with the camera setup, but I need to see the screen.
Headed in front and cleared away by Butterworth.
Flip your camera around so that I can see your screen.
Down and a chance. Jackson
Okay.
cleared away by the 12 of Tober. Cambio up ahead.
Okay, go down to CamLink 4K. Hit your settings wheel.
And out wide.
Go to change.
Gale.
Hit change. Hit yes. Okay.
Playing it in front, mishandled it. Here comes Cambio again. And cleared out by Maida. Chipped ahead in front and now a chance. Rory Ennis quickly scooped up by Moran.
Okay, just hit OK.
Jackson. Intended for Tessero. Played out.
Yep. There you go. You're all set. Is your audio good? Hit stream right in the center of VMix.
Maida will get this in.
Correct. Yep.
29-19 to play in the first.
What time's your game?
Jackson in the middle. Rosino knocked it down for Dias. Chloe Dias denied by Auclair. Auclair way up ahead to Van Gordon. Van Gordon options in the middle. Gets it to Bishop. Elizabeth Bishop across the middle. Moran coming all the way out, cleaning up the trash. And will soon send it for Resendiz. Out of play to the Huskies, 28-18 to play. Skippers will try this again. That one intended for Rosino. Batted out again. Jackson got pushed from behind. Jackson moving in the middle. She's met. Nothing called. Played up ahead for Greenslade. Back. For Greenslade again. Rosino all the way down. It'll be a foot race, and Allen has to come all the way out. But Mount Hope doing exactly what they needed to do. Get the ball up in there, attacking third very early and often as possible. Not a conservative play style at all, like we see from North Kingstown, the more traditional style. So Tober. This one whistled dead immediately.
Welcome back.
I'm going to say, Tober's going to get the free kick. We're going to get Matt Jolis back.
Apologies on that one. A little bit of technical difficulty. 26-25 left to go. Tober looping free kick, going up for it and snagging it out of the air will be Emily Moran. And Moran with a huge punt all the way out to midfield. Chloe Diaz down the sideline. Will be sent back up by Eau Claire. And you talk about center backs with size. Valerie Eau Claire, Valerie Eau Claire looks like Zdeno Chara playing hockey. She towers over everyone on this field. Every single game that I've seen North Kingstown play, you just look and Eau Claire is so taller than everybody else.
Which one's that? The blonde-haired girl, right on the back line.
A chance maybe.
As North Kingstown again crossing opportunity. This one's going to skirt its way and die in the tall grass. I thought that one was headed for the byline. And again, a looping shot snagged out of the air by Moran. That time came off of the foot of the 22 of McCrell. Jackson, as she tried to one-touch that one for Tercero. Ennis the other way. Ennis, and that one got sent in from Cambio and deflected off of the head. Right in center, and it looked like it might have been 7. Kind of missed that one for a second. It was so quick. It was like caught in traffic. It was the 17 of Van Gordon. That's what I was trying to say. I thought it was, and that's North Kingstown playing with their lineup a little bit, those swing players that they have. And that's why I said, was it 7 or 17? Because Jacqueline Blair, who was 7, is a defender. 17 is Catherine Van Gordon, who's a defender, but you will see them swing up on that front line sometimes when they are trying to get a little bit of a boot. When you have such a backline presence defense like this Mount Hope Huskies side, you're going to be shooting from 20, 25 out, and you kind of need a defender up on the wing.
Especially now when you need a goal. Like, I like that they do that normally, where they try to get as many people forward as possible while controlling the time of possession at the same time. But even now, you really need a goal, because you hosting a playoff game could depend on this game.
This one's going to go right through the middle, and a good ball over top. And trying to strike on one is Clark, and that's going to go high. And a 6 to come for the Huskies. Ellie Clark, junior defender for this North Kingstown squad. And again, it's defenders on the front line as they try to shoot from distance and break this Mount Hope back line. Here's Jackson headed the other way. She needs a little help. Slots one across, and maybe a little bit too far behind was both Resendez and Rosino. And I think as they're now all having a little bit of conversation with each other, there was some miscommunication on that play. They're going to make a sub as Tercero is going to go out. It's going to be checked in Liliana Redmond.
Miss Olympico herself.
She did. She hit one a couple of weeks ago. And now Mount Hope has, what do they call it in basketball when you have like the smallest players?
Small ball.
The small ball. So
Small
now you've got small ball with Resendez and Redmond on the front line.
You got speed.
A lot of speed, yes. A lot of speed in very small players. It's like watching Spud Webb and Muggsy Bogues play. Redmond tried to send that one back across for Greenslade. Greenslade got taken down, no call from the officials. From distance again is the 10 of Cambio, and lining it up perfectly was Emily Moran.
See, here's a problem. They're rushing shots, right? North Kingstown is physical.
Jackson through space can tap this one off for Redmond or for Resendez, and she goes to the side to Redmond, and it just gets kicked away. And will be a throw-in for the Huskies. And now, Brady, you can finish your thought.
I want to let you get in, but here's the problem. North Kingstown's physical enough, and they're so good at time of possession where they don't need to rush shots like that. They're a bigger team than Mount Hope, where you could, I think they're more, I'm not going to say quicker, because I think that front line, that front three that Mount Hope has right now, you can make an argument it's the fastest in the state. But anyhow, don't rush shots. There's so much time left in this game for you to get two, because that's what you need. You can't play for a draw here. Not tonight. You got to go for all 3 points.
Well, the Huskies are going to go for all 3. They want it on home field. Resendez in a battle there, and somehow she ends up on the bottom of the pile and gets called for the push. Not entirely sure how you do that one. as she was the one playing the ball forward.
Was it at the boys' game, Mount Hope LaSalle, that we did, where it was like we had a couple Mount Hope players run into each other, and they still called Mount Hope for a yellow?
They did, and I thought that was one of the most bizarre things I've seen on the season. Redmond on the opposite side. She gets thrown down. No call from the officials, as Redmond was clearly ball side against the North Kingstown defender, and that's Abigail Tober. Here's Jackson. And that one's going to go out of the back line. Corner called as it slid out by Casey Chin. So here's the 17 of Greenslade. We'll line up the corner, and the net is not properly aligned. And now they're trying to get that straightened out. That's what you see in hockey.
Yeah.
It's like the net's off the moorings, and it's like apparently the net was not properly aligned. And now they're trying to get it fixed.
All right, we got the signal. It's good now.
And we're set and ready for this corner. Right down in front, opportunity still standing. It hits off of the throw. Is it in? It is. Or no?
7, I think.
No, they're calling a 6. They called a 6.
What?
They said it wasn't a goal.
Wait, did it go out of play?
Unreal.
You know, we got the guys in the NFL that call everything. Like, you touch the quarterback, it's roughing the passer. And then we have RIIL soccer officials who just either miss everything or they call the wrong things.
I mean, it would have
There
been,
is
if it was
no in between.
if it was on the left side of the net, it would have been blatantly obvious to us
Right.
that it was on the side of the net. How that was not on the side of the net, how that's not a goal, I have no clue.
Oh, boy.
To the opposite side for Elizabeth Bishop. Bishop has that one right into Strawbridge's foot. And it will come back up here for the 12 of Tober. Headed away by Greenslade on the throw-in. Tie up between Gale as Drawbridge steps over and sends that one forward. Chin stops it for a second. Comes down for the 22 of McCrell and will get kicked out of play. So Maida's going to get a throw-in here for the Huskies. I am at a loss.
I'm still
for
confused.
I
know that was 3
completely
minutes
at a
ago,
loss
but
for what I just saw. So throw in for Maida. Rosino, and they're going to say no. It was actually off of the 22 of McCrell. Maida to Jackson. Jackson gets bumped by Chin. Good step over by Redmond, and Jackson was able to get that to go off of Eau Claire. Eau Claire is snapping that it went off of Jackson. Check down throw. Jackson along the byline. Jackson across. Top shot, score! No question about that one from Abby Rosino.
that is class from Jackson. Beautifully placed in the middle. Rosino doing what she does
Scored by the captain, number 19, Abigail
best.
Rosino.
Top shelf, upper 90 for what should be 3-0.
It'll be 2 instead, but it is still at least a 2-0 scoreline for the Huskies with 15 and change left to play in this first half. Drawbridge will kick that one to her side to be moved by Gale. Pop shot from Greenslade, trying to drop it over top of the back line. Eau Claire's going to chase it back and kick it out into space. It'll die in the grass over on the opposite side touchline. Casey Chin went over there to get it. Here's an opportunity again, as this one's going to come across. Redmond's got to line herself up. Redmond's getting pulled all over the place, and somehow Tober came away with that one. Redmond is kind of wondering what was going on. This one's going to go out of play and be a 6 for Sydney Allen. And the Skippers. But yes, to all intent and purpose, from our belief, it should be 3-0.
Yeah. But now, how do you respond to that? You get 5 guys in the box at all times. What they're doing now seems to be working, where now North Kingstown has 5 girls forward. Here on out, you got to do that. But Mount Hope is just matching them. I mean, this is a very solid defense from the Huskies.
Kicked away on the back line as Drawbridge got bumped off of the play, and the slack got picked up by Sarah Gale. And now it's going to be a Huskies kick. This is exactly what the Huskies wanted to dial up today. A 2-0 lead, 13 left to go in the first half against a team that you need to take down to determine and really solidify playoff standing as we come in towards the last week-ish of the season. Rosino overlapping for Jackson, gets a little away from her. It's going to just get kicked away. And another Huskies throw in down deep as Tober sent that one out again with Liliana Redmond right on place. And you just see North Kingstown's defense, a ball that gets back into the lower third, and they're just kicking it away, kicking it away, kicking it away. That shows how scared they are of this Huskies offense.
And they really should be. Because, like, what Mount Hope is doing now, right, like, you don't change that. There's no offensive adjustments. There's none of that. Defensively, I'd argue that, you know what, don't even make any defensive adjustments. North Kingstown, this 4-2-1-3 that they're doing is clearly not working. So if you can change this into maybe like a 4-4-2, but that kind of looks like a 4-2-4, where you get 4 at least in the box at all times, do that.
There's Jackson over top of Chin. Jackson gets bodied out by Eau Claire. Has to be called and has to be a card to Eau Claire.
Should be at least a yellow.
I think the referee's just going to give her a chat and say, yeah, you can't turn your hip into her. But this is going to set up a very good opportunity for Abby Rosino and this Huskies offense, because she's going to get this one just a shy shade off of the corner of the 18, and Rosino can curl this.
She's got the leg for it.
Rosino goes a little short, and trying to get up forward was Resendez. I may have made her run just a step too late. My apologies. She needed to go a step sooner. So it's going to be Sydney Allen for a 6 for North Kingstown. Good stop by Greenslade, and that one's going to go long. And another 6. But here's, again, where the Mount Hope midfield is frustrating North Kingstown. North Kingstown's throwing out 6s, and right away it's Greenslade or it's Rosino right in the center just stopping the ball and sending it back in. Here you go again, and there's Greenslade right there. And then Jackson approaches right on top of it, trying to be turned by McCrell. Maida's going to walk right over through that one. And again, it has to be kicked out by North Kingstown, that time by the 6 of Ellie Clark. And substitutions. Greenslade's going to go out. And it looks like the 7 of Chloe Diaz comes back in. For Maida, Jackson tried to sneak that one through, looking for Redmond. Maida again, and then trying to turn it near side touchline was Ennis. Drawbridge intercepts that one. It came down one touch, and then they're going to call that collision in favor of the 17 of Van Gordon.
See, that's the pass there, right, that Cambio can't make. You can't force the ball into a 2-on-1 situation. Allow yourself to get 2 more girls on attack with you into the box while staying onside, obviously, and then give yourself more options and then try to put a ball in a spot that will allow you, worst case scenario, to get a corner.
Martone stopped by Moran. Will preserve the 2-0 lead for the Huskies. As Moran takes a second to adjust her sock, and then we'll boot this one all the way down. Sets it on the opposite side for Resendez, who just got shoved over top. And they didn't call that one, and North Kingstown comes with it the other way. In the center, looking for the 5 of Bishop. Bishop can't turn. That one is wide, coming from Cambio. And again, distance as Cambio, 3-4 yards outside of the top of the D at the 18. So she's about 23, 24 yards out.
It's another bad shot. But what Mount Hope is doing is that they're swarming. They're forcing North Kingstown to take these bad shots. North Kingstown needs to find a way around it.
Another good kick on that 6. Right to the line. Going up for it is Jackson. Rosino is going to come down with this one. Looking to the outside for Resendez. And it comes back for Casey Chen. Chen will send that one forward for a moment onto the head of Cambio. Cambio sent it away, and it shepherded to the line by Resendez smartly to get a Huskies throw. So Diaz to make the throw. Long distance ball for Jackson. Jackson in a fight will drop that one back for a moment for Rosino. Tercero tried to get over top of it, could not. Came all the way back to Drawbridge, who sends it forward for win. Tober trying to send it up the line, was looking to connect with Ennis, could not. Tercero at midfield switches that one on the outside for Resendez. Cambio forward, immediately met defensively. Chloe Diaz on that backside corner. And now Drawbridge before the 17 of Van Gordon could even get to it. Here's Tercero dropping back. She's going to send this one through the alley again. And Resendez, 6 and change or thereabouts left to go here in the first half. As Jackson tries to push. Back again for Cambio as she tries to slot that one forward, looking for Van Gordon. Bishop to the outside. And then Ellie Clark had the final touch on it, and it goes wide. So they get inside the lower third. They get into the 18 box, but the Mount Hope defense doing its job. Scarlett Drawbridge and Chloe Diaz making Ellie Clark shoot from a very awkward angle where there's nothing you're going to do but have it go wide.
What they're doing, at least for the most part, what Drawbridge has been doing, which is pressing as soon as she gets the chance and then just clearing it away, that's exactly what they need to do. Just because you're up 2-0 doesn't mean you back down.
Cambio on Tercero dispossessed the ball from her. Opposite side, Bishop against Maida. And then Bishop goes down, and they make the call, and it's going to be a North Kingstown free kick from very deep. This is almost like a short form corner. They're about 2 yards from the byline. Into the center, headed away by Rosino, comes back down, and Tercero punts it all the way up for Jackson. Jackson will try to split against 2 defenders, and instead what she does is force Ellie Clark to kick it out of play. So Maida for the throw-in. Jackson. Chin for North Kingstown. Sent it all the way back. Gale got a foot on it. Diaz going outside. Maida sends it up. They call the handball. Should have really played advantage there.
Yes.
As Maida had that one forward, and it could have been easily onto the foot of Resendez. And now they've switched Resendez and Redmond. So Resendez has come near side to our broadcast side. Redmond has gone out on the opposite side as they've got Rosino and Tercero in the center, and the third forward being Thea Jackson. So playing a sort of 3-2 with the front line now. They've gone box midfield. I will just nod my head to that as I'm preferable to a diamond. But they've at least got, I think, that right structure to continue to press high against this North Kingstown offense. As we tick down towards the final 2 to go here in this half, the official time is kept by the referees on the field. So our time may be off a little bit from what the actual time is. So do not shoot us if all of a sudden the referees blow the whistle and there's like 30 seconds left on the clock. It's happened just about every single game that we've done. We are not the official time by any stretch of the imagination. And that one will be an obstruction called on Mount Hope, ironically, for not entirely sure. There was not too egregious of a body check there. North Kingstown, long distance ball, getting dumped down inside was the 17 of Van Gordon. No call from the referee, and that would have been in the box if they did call it. Moran. And an over-the-back call as Redmond pushed from behind. Long distance ball for Van Gordon. Came off of the hand of Diaz, and no handball called, but a corner given to North Kingstown.
It's the 5th handball they've missed on both sides.
No, they are going to call the handball now. They've adjusted it, and they've given her the free kick from just outside the 18. Second free kick that was just short. Rosino again gets right in the way with it and heads it away. Picked up far side. kicked down the touchline twice. Second kick went off of Jackson and deflected off of Claire, so it's actually going to be a Huskies throw-in just at midfield. And that will be the half as they whistle it. And the Huskies have done what they needed to do. 2 goals in the first half. They get 1 from Jackson, 1 from Rosino. It's 2-0 after 1. You're watching Rhode Island High School Soccer on Fans Only Sports Network.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the opposing side. Down, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the opposing side. Down, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the opposing side. Down, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the opposing side. Down, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the opposing side. Down, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal! Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal! Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Borth back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn, there's so.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the race.
As we welcome you back, and we're underway in the second half of play. Huskies, a 2-0 lead over the North Kingstown Skippers. Goals from Thea Jackson and Abby Rosino in the first half. In the first 10 minutes of the first half by Thea Jackson, puts the Huskies with a 2-0 scoreline. We're going to put an asterisk next to it and say 3-0. Brady, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, rebound went in. Everyone saw it. And then that near side official said, no, it's on video. It clearly went in. If it went wide, we have the perfect angle. We would have said it went wide. We're confused. Everyone except North Kingstown is confused. Nonetheless, it's been a defensive clinic for Mount Hope. And really, one could say the perfect game plan for the Huskies.
The Huskies will try to look for 3-0 here in the second half, though. It's a big hole on the back left side of that net, but that is not relevant to the nature of things, as here goes through the 5 of Elizabeth Bishop, and Scarlett Drawbridge immediately closes down that one, trying to push one forward, and then a score from Isabella Cambio.
They did what they needed to do. Get a goal in the first 10 minutes.
So Cambio cuts the lead in half. And it's 2-1 to the delight of the North fans to our broadcast left. The Mount Hope fans directly in front of us and to our broadcast right will scratch their heads for a second and hope that they can claw this one back. Tercero, as she goes toe-to-toe with the 18 of Martone. Through for Rosino. Rosino, slot ball for Resendez. Resendez gets flattened and no call. And Resendez pops back up and then tries to go to the corner to get it.
That has to be called. A very minimal attempt on the ball. I don't understand. That's probably the 6th call like that's been missed.
That would have been in the box and a
Yes.
penalty kick as well. Rosino takes down that the punt that came from Sydney Allen, and this one's going to ping pong around the center now. Rosino, as she tries to pull that one through 3 white jerseys, gets bumped by the 10 of Cambio, no call. Diaz gets called. And it's going to be a North Kingstown free kick. This game's going to get chippy.
I think we expected that, at least in the second half, where North Kingstown needs now 1 goal to tie. But again, this isn't a situation where, and this goes for I think more so Mount Hope than North Kingstown, where, you can settle for a draw. Mount Hope needs 3 points.
Van
If
Gordon
they called
falls down, no call.
Good.
And it goes out the byline and will be a 6 for Emily Moran and the Huskies. Yeah, if they called that, that was going to be egregious by the referees. Over top of Rosino for Jackson. Resendez, as she loops that one back, looking for Tercero. Off of the back line, Greenslade, advantage given. This one will be down into the corner for Jackson. It's kicked away by Tober, who may have hyperextended herself a little bit.
See, I agree with that. It's not a card, and it shouldn't be. One of the few things they've gotten right today.
Resendez from distance. That one is on the side of the net, though.
Rosino had a chance at it. Very good look. We know she has the leg for it as well.
Oh, sure. 1.5 over to the right side, and we're talking about 3-0. 3-1, my apologies. Rosino, as it heads off of Greenslade, comes out again off the 17 of Van Gordon. Made a long distance throw. That one is knocked out. Jackson, as she gets pushed over a little bit by Martone, trying to come through with the ball. That one's going to slide out of the line, and Maida will get a throw. Maida, from distance, tried to send that one down the line to Jackson. Came back up into the body of the 9 of Valerie Clare, and now will be again out of play. This time, a North Kingstown throw. For the 5 of Bishop. Cross for Cambio. The 22 of McCrell, and going down along the far side touchline was a North Kingstown player, and they're going to give the kick to North Kingstown. Chin took a little bit of a slide. Or no, actually, sorry, it's the 6 of Ellie Clark.
See, that's a card, and it shouldn't be. I agree with the foul. I'll take the foul.
They did. They gave a card.
The foul call was correct. Card was not, in my opinion. There's been worse that were called fouls and no card or just not called at all.
And that one is headed away by Rosino. So card issued to Resendez as Redmond carries this one up the touchline and will go off of the side of her foot and out of play. And I will concur with you on that one. Foul, yes. Card, no. But with that being said, Hannah Resendez is on the bench until the next Mount Hope substitution. Part of that new rule that they've put into the high school and college ranks, which I'm not entirely sure I really agree with. It's like a penalty rule. It's
right.
like if you get a card, you're in the box, which, you know, like it doesn't make sense in soccer where they put that in. Just give them the card, continue on like it is in the pros and international.
I agree. And if you want to make a substitution, you make a substitution, but
sending a player off just simply for committing a foul.
Exactly. I agree.
It's not soccer.
I agree.
So a throw in to come right in front of the Huskies bench for Chloe Diaz.
See, they can't get conservative now. They were getting a little more conservative in controlling possession, passing it around late in the first half. Well, you had a 2-goal lead, and even at that, they really shouldn't have been, and I want to see them get more aggressive now.
Kicked out again by North Kingstown. They continue to do this as Mount Hope just checks down, checks down, checks down. North Kingstown kicking away, and eventually it's going to come to burn them. Greenslade, Butterworth getting into the action as that one goes across on the side for Tercero. Madison Butterworth has had a bit of a quiet game today, but yet she's been patrolling the midfield, marking some key players and really taking them out of the game as Diaz is going to back check hard and end up kicking that away. What a run from Chloe Diaz. That was a goal-saving run.
Yes.
And now she'll be able to send this one all the way up to the front line. Resendez is back in. Resendez is going to pick up this one. A spinning ball. Good leading pass forward for Jackson. Jackson bodied out by Eau Claire. And Resendez comes back in to block Eau Claire. Maida on the 17 of Van Gordon spins off of her right to Scarlett Drawbridge and Resendez. A shot and a score from Elizabeth Bishop, and this game is tied at 2.
See, they just did exactly what I said they needed to do. 4 or 5 girls in the box. Mount Hope didn't match it. They needed to. They had the ability to. And they look strong, but as soon as they get in the box, they've shown over the last 10 minutes they haven't looked as good as they were in the first half. The first half was perfect. You could have played that half better. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And I'm confused as to why the whistle was blown. Again.
They're going to call a trip on Mount Hope. And so North Kingstown's going to get a free kick right from center. Will be sent all the way down into the box. Chin sends that one across, coming right up, and how is that not offside?
She was off, and it wasn't close.
It's all of a sudden 3-2 Skippers as the goal will be scored by Van Gordon, but Van Gordon was sitting on the ground 4 yards in front of any single Mount Hope defender. The ball comes to her, and somehow they don't call that one offside. Rosino for Resendez. They're going to say out. Martone goes off of the 7 of Diaz defensively. Another check down throw. Again bodied by the 10 of Cambio is Greenslade for Van Gordon. Crossing, and that's going to go out of the byline and will be a 6 for the Huskies. I have a feeling, aside from those that are watching this game live, there are going to be a lot of people reviewing the video after this game is over, because there has just been an absolute number of calls that, for those of us who have been around this game long enough, we'll be left scratching our heads. Diaz sends that one long, and a throw in for Martone. Crossing ball can be kicked away by Butterworth as he tried to get it up for Rosino. Past the 21 of Redmond. Allen had to clear it away. Coming back was Cambio. Rosino leading ball for Jackson. Going forward was Resendez, and now they're going to call a foul on Resendez and a free kick for North Kingstown as Resendez collided with Tober. Remember, Resendez sitting on a yellow card. Second would put her out of the game. Martone. Kicked away by Drawbridge. Jackson's pushed by Eau Claire, and now finally they call it. And no intent to play the ball by Eau Claire.
No.
Complete shove to the back of Jackson. Absolutely no intent to play the ball.
Hannah. Resendez.
So Greenslade will send this one. Resendez looking to get inside. It's going to be kicked away by Martone. Whistle for substitutions for Mount Hope.
It's got to be a corner.
It is just shy of a corner for Diaz to throw. Tried to be turned in on a one-touch by Greenslade. Comes on the back line. Emma Serps, one of the two substitutions, immediately involved in the play. And that will go off of Redmond at the North Kingstown bench. Tercero. Ball through the center for Jackson. Rosino sends this one all the way down, looking for Jackson. Did she get it off the post? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What a ball from Rosino to Thea Jackson, who had that one about as close as you can get it. It hit the post. And then it trickled to the byline. Sydney Allen and the Skippers are going to get a 6. Rosino over the back of the 8 of Chin. Will set Martone for the free kick. Rosino gets in the way of that one against Chin. Ball comes down. Rosino sends that one forward. Jackson has to overlap Eau Claire. Eau Claire kicks it away. It's going to be a Huskies free kick. Huskies free throw down deep. .23 and change left to go in regulation. And the Huskies, who led 2-0 after the first, find themselves trailing 3-2. Loose ball as it slipped underneath two different Huskies forwards. Van Gordon. Forward ball. Looking across, and it comes in on Bishop, and she scores.
Still plenty of time left. We've seen this team do crazier things. All I'm going to say. That one could have been offside as well.
Could have been offside, could have been goaltender interference as well. Emily Moran looked like she had her hands on the ball.
She did.
When Bishop kicked it.
No, she did.
And there was no call from the referees either. And now they're going to call advantage on a collision play. And the ball's going to end up going out in a North Kingstown throw. I sometimes wonder if we really actually are calling WWE matches. We just aren't told who the over is. Long kick by Martone. Getting sent to the ground. An advantage given to North Kingstown.
Why? As
Chloe Diaz had the ball. 17 on 17 as that one is punched by Greenslade. Back for Rosino. Rosino goes to ground. No call. Somehow the ball comes right back to her.
See, immediately flock. Two girls on the ball at all times. You got to go into that little LaSalle style immediately.
A whistle from the far side of the field.
Come on. No bearing on that whatsoever.
And she called an over the line and back offside from the far side of the field. Will be scooped up by Moran. There's still 20 minutes left to go in this game. Plenty of time in a game of soccer to flip this one on its head. Husky fans can look back to the Charahoe game. For example, the Huskies ended up walking out of here after trailing 3-1 with a 4-3 victory as the Huskies scored that goal 30 seconds left in the game.
If you've ever wanted to hear my falsetto, then go to that game. Matt and I, our pitch is pure as water.
Over top of Resendez. As she will try to poke at it, and it will be kicked down by Martone. Diaz tried to slot it forward. Resendez is going to come to get this one, and it's going to go out of play. Rhode Island High School Girls Soccer on Fans Only Sports Network, brought to you by Paiva Realty, the Perino Properties team. Visit perinoproperties.com for more information. Mention Fans Only Sports Network. You can get a $500 credit on buying or selling of a home. By Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes that are going to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. And we should mention for club sports as well, too, that play at a high D1 level, you can also get in contact with the coaches for club teams like ACHA Hockey which is broadcast on Fans Only Sports
Yeah.
Network. If you are Providence College men's and women's club team, Bryant University men's hockey, hang on, Chloe Diaz! Oh, no! Wow!
If she went left side, that was in.
It's going to get called a corner. They're going to say
yes.
it did go off of Allen's leg.
It did.
But, oh, my goodness, that thing was right on the line.
If she went to the left side, that was in. Now you got to look for Rosino. Right here. Look at her. Run up.
Good kick from the outside. Went off of the 5 of Butterworth and into the hands of Allen. Oh, we're going to go through all of the emotions in this game tonight. We are going to go through all of the emotions before this one is done. This is the games that you circle on your schedule. You look at it, you know where it's coming in the season, and you just, whether you're a player, you try to get yourself amped up for a game like this. You want to come in and play your best 40, your best 80 that you've played all season long. If you're broadcasters like us, we just live for the good television.
Yeah, right? Did he say that was off of North Kingstown?
He said it was off of North Kingstown for a Mount Hope throw.
Okay.
But what they're screaming about was the bump, which is players getting taken down. There's Eau Claire, dangerous play up in Jackson's face. Jackson continues through. It's going to be kicked out just shy.
No, you can't call that.
By the 12 of Tober. Tober goes down, and if they negate the throw for a North Kingstown kick.
I don't think they're going to.
No, because Mount Hope's walking away. They're going to negate the throw for a North Kingstown kick.
Oh, she fell down. Oh, she fell down, Matthew.
Tober kicked the ball away.
She kicked the ball, and then it was either Tober or Eau Claire. I couldn't exactly see.
No, it was Tober who goes down, but she kicked the ball away from the player, goes down as she kicks the ball away.
Now, okay.
And now they're going to call.
They call it Kingstown.
Okay. They're going to call. They're going to call North
NK.
Kingstown.
That was correct
for the elbow.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. But why is that not a card?
Butterworth was looking at the ref like, what are you talking about? But they were calling the North Kingstown player for the elbow on Butterworth.
But why is that not a card? That's the
I'll
question.
I'll give it. Eau Claire will kick this one away to the center for Greenslade. Over top, Jackson still. Allen kicked it away. Rosino comes up. Opportunity for her. Resendez sends one right into the body of the 18 of Martone, and it's out of play. $15 left to go. Check down throw to Diaz. Butterworth to Diaz. Diaz has to take a better ball on that one. Jackson at the byline gets the corner as Tober slides out, knocking the ball away, and they're going to send the 17 of Greenslade to the corner to take it.
Gotta go quick. 14 and a half minutes. You need at least 2.
No overtimes in regular season anymore in high school soccer, so a draw is a draw. Good kick by Greenslade. Comes to the opposite side. They want a handball, not called. Tercero turns, comes all the way back on the opposite side. It's the 17 of Van Gordon, and she sends that one across. Switchfield play. Drawbridge is going to have to come over. Gets it to deflect off of the NK player, and they're going to get the handball called, so it'll be a Mount Hope free kick. Back through center. Drawbridge had it for a second. It deflects up the backside of Bishop. Sent forward by Greenslade. Sent back again. Far side touchline. Smartly coming over to take that one out of play was Gale. It will be a North Kingstown throw. This game was 2-0 Mount Hope at half. North Kingstown scored 4 in the first 20 minutes of this second half.
And it's not like Mount Hope let their foot off the gas pedal and just said, "No, we're up 2-0, we're fine." No. And they let off their foot up off the gas pedal a little bit, but understandably so with the 2-0 lead. They never stopped trying, if that makes any sense at all. It's been
the bad calls by the referees.
It's been bad calls, and it's been like odd-man situations like this.
Here's an opportunity across. That one's going to hit the post and come back out. Trying to turn it is Cambio. It's going to deflect off and out of play, so a North Kingstown throw. Cambio trying to turn one. Drawbridge headed it away. Diaz settles it. Immediately 4 white jerseys on Diaz. She's bumped. Little tap from Rosino. Jackson. Resendez in the alleyway. Resendez has got to go. And instead she tries to switch to Tercero. Not entirely sure why Resendez didn't just go. Gale again is going to go over to save that one and knock it out of play. That was a complete miscommunication there by Mount Hope.
That's just miscommunication. It's inexperience.
That's not an experience between Resendez and Jackson and Tercero. I'm not sure what happened there. That was just blown play, as we say in football sometimes. So here's a throw from the far side touchline for the Huskies. They'll get it into the box. Kicked away. And Huskies will get another throw down deep again. They're going to go long distance on this one to Rosino at center. Rosino's got to try to turn. She's got nowhere to. Now she tracks back, pops one, and it comes off of a NK player. So Allen's got to kick it. It's back for Sarah Gale. Sends that one in. Getting shoved to ground, no call. And now they're going to call it. Yeah, that was a little blatant.
And I think they were trying to play advantage, but there was
Jackson
nothing to
got
it.
shoved to the back of her neck. And Abby Rosino is going to get a spot kick and a spot where she can drill this one home.
See, take a look at Jackson. Up the middle. Look for her to sneak out front.
Rosino, corner, can't get it. Nine and a half left to go here in the second half. And time ticking away for the Huskies. In front of Butterworth was the 17 of Van Gordon. Drawbridge is going to have to try to chase this one. Deflects it off the North Kingstown player smartly, and it'll be a Huskies throw. So Maida from deep. Still trying to work it on the side is Greenslade. Forward play and an opportunity. Running for it, needing a cross place. Resendez, right on Resendez, and it gets poked away They're going to call the corner for sure. And it got poked right off of Hannah Resendez's foot.
So same thing now. You want to try to find Rosino, who's going to start in the back. Look for her to creep her way forward, try to get it in near side.
Looks like Caitlin Tercero on the outside for the free kick. Good ball, right to Rosino. Pop shot comes down into the arms of Sydney Allen.
Not a bad attempt from the senior. It's exactly what they wanted, too. A little more direct. That was probably 4-3.
They will lose Abby Rosino in the center on kicks like that next year. Caitlin Tercero is a junior. She comes back. And we talk about seniors, juniors, and what you've got. And, this front line for Mount Hope. And if you're Mount Hope, yes, you're losing a lot of very talented players. But think of it this way. Resendez, Jackson, Tercero all come back next year.
There's so much to look forward to. Redmond's back. Like, even Giselle Nunes, who we see off the bench. There's just a lot to look forward to.
There's another ball that's going to get slotted past, and another score. And it's 5-2 North Kingstown with 7 left to go. And this is why the Skippers are one of the best teams, if not the best team in the state. There is sometimes just nothing you can do when you run into a team like this. And you think you've got it. You think you have the game plan figured out. You think you have it dialed up. You have a first 40 like they had. And this team just turns the corner and does something else.
With assistance. But you're right. I think this game should honestly be 3-2. That should have been 3-2.
We should have been 3-0 at a point.
Right. So it should be 3-3, actually. I'm sorry. That should have been the tying goal. In a perfect world.
In a perfect world. But
this world is far from perfect.
We play sports in a vacuum sometimes. As this one again is going to come right back on cross, and a shot and a score from Van Gordon.
Just a smidgen on, too. One more toe forward. She was offside.
Yeah, in this game, I think you can write it to the books. It's now a 6-2 Skippers lead, a 4-goal lead with 6 left to go. And there'll be a lot that can be talked about after this game. But there's also still a lot that is left to be played for in this season. And, for all things being, we might say this game goes the way that it goes, but the playoffs, bizarre things happen in the playoffs. I mean, absolutely bizarre things can happen in the playoffs. Mount Hope will have Charahoe away on Friday night before they'll come home against Smithfield on the 25th, and then Cumberland on the 27th to close off the regular season. They'll go to 8-3-4 on the season. North Kingstown's going to go to 13-2-1 on the regular season. They will have games as that one is a goal.
I was unsure, too.
Wait, what?
Hey, the way this game is gone, the way this game is gone, I didn't say anything because I was unsure. But there you go.
That one had everybody, including the Mount Hope players, even confused. Was it a goal? It is. And it's
I believe it was Thea Jackson.
6-3. And Jackson's, we're going to call it. Jackson's going to pick up her second of the game. North Kingstown will go to 13-2-1 on the season. They'll have Smithfield away on Thursday before they close off the home season against Barrington and Charahoe before the playoffs. And the only 2 losses on the season for North Kingstown, one of them, a 3-1 loss to Cumberland all the way back in week 2 of the season, a 7-0 loss to Bishop Feehan from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even count in respect as trying to go for the bicycle kick right in the center. So only 1 loss in the state of Rhode Island. Jackson is getting absolutely sandwiched as Casey Chin, I think, got kicked in the knee in the midst of that play. And still holding her leg.
And Feehan, being a mass guy, Feehan is consistently a powerhouse.
Oh, yeah.
In soccer. So it's not a testament if...
I jokingly call the Bishop Feehan girls team the FC Stars practice squad.
You're right.
Because most of the girls who play on that Bishop Feehan team play for FC Stars. And so it's really practice. Feehan is so darn good, but it's also for those girls, you see why when FC Stars season comes around, and of course ECNL picks up next week for a lot of those girls, or at least they'll start practices with their ECNL clubs next week, and you just understand why they're so good. And I saw FC Stars last year against PDA, and I was just like, why is this club so good? Getting almost punched in the head by Sydney Allen as she was coming down for the ball was Jackson. And Jackson's now fixing her hair. And frustration starting to set in. Maida is going to chase this one down for the Huskies. It's going to go out of the byline off of Maida and will be a corner for North Kingstown. Inside of the final 2 to play in what has been an absolutely bizarre game. 2-0 Huskies at the halftime break all of a sudden became 4-2 to all of a sudden 6-2 before the Huskies get a goal back, and a lot of questions to be asked of how this game even got to that point, and not, for lack of being said, the Huskies did not do a whole lot wrong.
No.
There is a lot of questions to be asked about how this game was called in the second half. That one will go past the 7 of DS and out of play, and a 6 for Allen as we come towards what probably will be a whistle from the referees in short order of time, as we were about 25 seconds off of the referee's watch in the first half.
There it is.
And there's the whistle, 30 seconds off this time around. North Kingstown picks up their 13th win of the regular season in controversial and questionable fashion on a 6-3 win over the Mount Hope Huskies. I really don't have a lot to say for the way this game went. in the second half, I am going to be left scratching my head. I think one being the goal scored in the first half that should have made this game at that point 3-0. Clearly not on the left side of the net by any stretch of the imagination. Does not get called. Then, from the other side of it, the amount of just absolutely missed calls, blown calls, really bizarre calls. Hannah Resendez's card.
Yeah.
Fouls down in the box that weren't called. Just absolutely bizarre game.
You hit the nail on the head. Calls that should have been called that weren't, and vice versa. Should have been 3-0 at the half. Realistically, let's just say this game was called right. This should have ended in a draw. 3-3, 2-2, whatever. It's just shocking. North Kingstown, they held their own. I mean, obviously, they played a great game. They're dangerous come November. Mount Hope is just as dangerous. That scoreline doesn't reflect Mount Hope's ability. And it's just, at least for us, it's the second game in a row where we were just left scratching our heads.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The scoreline is what it is. There's nothing we can do to affect that one. We can just say what we say as broadcasters and analysts. But that'll do it for us here from Bristol, Rhode Island. For Brady Kudo and all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network, I'm Matt Jolis. Thanks so much. Have a great night. Skippers win 6-3.